Hello, 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 YouTube. GZTV here. I got homework, but you know what? I'm pushing it back to make a video for you guys. GZTV back with another one. We have The Walking Dead, the 7th episode of Season 2. We have pretty much dead already. I mean, damn. It's a pretty crazy episode. We're going to get into the plot, we're going to get into the critical response, and then I'm going to go upstairs, watch some college football, do a big chunk of my, my stuff, my, class, and then probably watch Walking Dead and an episode of Better Call Saul. I'll get that out for you guys tomorrow. It's Labor Day weekend, so I'm trying to get as much of these reviews out as I can. I already listened to all the new music that came out this week, so tomorrow sometime I'll probably get you guys a weekly track roundup. Let's get into the plot. Hopefully I don't get her interrupted. It's probably inevitable. Glenn, at the urging of Dale, finally tells the group that the Green family's barn is full of walkers. So we already get some crazy shit to open this episode. Glenn tells everyone, look, the Green family has a barn full of walkers, and they're not trying to kill us. They just think these people aren't alive, or aren't dead. They're the undead, I guess. The group inspects the barn, and Shane believes they should clear the barn, but Rick believes they need to get Herschel's blessing, since they are still guests on his property. So, Rick's trying to be a respectful man and have manners of someone else's property, and he's trying... By the way, I got some, LED lights in the background. Hopefully, hope you guys like it. Yeah, Rick's like, if we're going to clear the barn, we need his permission to do so, and he's probably not going to give us the permission. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a barn full of walkers. They would have been taken out already, and the barn wouldn't be started in the first place. So, yeah, Rick is taking the respectful approach that you probably should take if someone's giving you a safe haven. I mean, you shouldn't disrespect that, and Shane has had some very immature moments throughout this series. This is one of them. He's automatically thinking, let's take the barn out. Let's take it out. Shane criticizes Rick for continuing the seemingly pointless search for Carol's daughter Sophia, infuriating Daryl because Daryl is very passionate about it himself. He's starting to get really passionate about it himself throughout the series, and now that Shane's kind of wanting to go against it, he's like, what the fuck, man? He really feels some emotion and hope for the group, and Shane wants to destroy that. Later, Maggie Green confronts Glenn about revealing the barn's secret to the group, but Glenn says her personal well-being is more important than her affections. And maybe that's true. I think the Green family is just kind of naive about the whole zombie apocalypse, and they just don't understand the reality of the situation, and I think I support Glenn on this. You want to have hope for humanity in any possible way that you can, but right now it's like you can't really have hope when there's these infected people out here just biting you and killing you, even though their soul has already left their body, pretty much. Carol tries to stop Daryl from searching for Sophia alone, but he later comes back to show her another Cherokee rose blooming, hoping to restore Carol's faith. They will find Sophia again, kind of the superstitious ideas that have been brought up in this series with the Cherokee rose. That's a somewhat big symbolic thing in the series, I suppose. Elsewhere, Rick confronts Shane about his defiant attitude. He's like, look, man, you cannot instill these beliefs into our group. You have to start being more hopeful about things. The two argue until Rick exclaims that Lori is pregnant, and Shane's like, oh shit, man, my bad, maybe we should try to stay here and not piss Herschel off. As Rick leaves, Shane congratulates him and is shocked and scared by this revelation. He's like, it could be my kid, and Rick would be really pissed at me about it. Yeah, and he congratulates him on the way out. It's like nothing fucking happened. I don't know. It's kind of a cold-hearted individual. Rick approaches Herschel about the walkers in the barn, but Herschel refuses to allow them to harm the walkers, and pretty soon we're gonna find out Herschel can't do shit to stop that. He, Maggie, and Jimmy bring Rick to a forest swamp where two walkers are stuck, and their intent is to get the walkers out and bring them back to camp, pretty much, which is fucking stupid. They're trying to put them in the barn. Yeah. Herschel insists that if Rick's group is to stay on his farm, they must treat the walkers as people, and shows Rick how to snare and lead the walkers back. He has these little leash things that they put on rabid dogs to put them to a humane center. Those things, like the leashes, the animal control things. Yeah. I mean, you're treating them like animals. There's kind of some irony in this. You know, you're like, let's treat them as human, yet you're putting them on a leash and leading them back to a barn where they're imprisoned. So it's kind of some ironic stuff there. Meanwhile, Shane confronts Lori about her pregnancy, believing himself to be the father, even though it's probably not the case because she is. I mean, it could be. I don't know. You never know. Lori denies this and Shane storms off, but Carl stops him, insisting that they stay and search for Sophia. So if the kid wants to search for Sophia, if he thinks that we're going to find the fate of Sophia in this episode, finally. My God, that was like an unended storyline that I didn't think was ever going to find a resolution. I already watched the series. At first I forgot how Sophia's fate was determined, and now I do. So her fate has been sealed in this episode, so you can kind of infer some things. You've probably watched the episode if you're watching this, so you already know what happened to Sophia. Dale, witnessing this, warns Andrea about Shane's erratic behavior and then distracts the others long enough to take the weapons from the camp and to hide them in the swamp because, Herschel doesn't want weapons on the farm, and Dale and Rick are both really respectful about this, and Shane and Andrea, these two are kind of on their own tangent, which is why they're in a relationship with each other. They've kind of connected over these type of things. Shane discovers the missing weapons and tracks down Dale, demanding he return them, again, like threatening him. Him and Dale kind of have this rivalry going on in the series, which is unexpected, but maybe not given Shane's like unremorseful personality.